Hey guys, welcome to Hype episode 9. What is today? The 2nd of November. Jesus Christ, it's already November, man.
Oh,
Joining me today is Kev, Halo Crusher, Canny, and Dirty Bird. What's up, guys?
howdy.
Oh seven, sir.
Yep.
Uh,
Halo's like, hi. Halo's not in a helicopter right now, so we're safe.
or he could be.
Thank you guys all for joining me. I was thinking we get into some news first, guys. Just a little bit of console talk. PS4 versus Xbox One. Not sure how much it's going to affect a lot of people, but PS4 is lacking the music-related functionality. They're not going to have support for CDs or MP3s. I mean, I don't know too many gamers that would really get upset about that. But, I mean, one of the features with previous Xboxes is that you would be able to play your own custom playlists with games, which is kind of a cool feature. I mean, I know with WWE 13, we kind of like that. We had our own music for some of our entrances, but there's also been other racing games where you could mute the game's music and play your own playlist that way, which is kind of cool. But anyway, I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. Getting into another game this week with news, Batman Origins is expecting a really, really big patch. It's going to fix the free flow focus mode that's not unlocking upon reaching Shadow Vigilante rank 3. Now, I haven't played it, so I don't know what all that means, but it sounds like you really can't access some of Batman's free flow combat moves when you purchase the rank 3 of Shadow Vigilante, which kind of holds you back from maybe getting achievements. The inability to continue the story from the main menu will finally be patched, which is, kind of a big deal. You want to be able to play the story, and if you can't, it's kind of a sucky game. Infinite falling out of the world and falling through the ground. That's going to be fixed. It's basically going to revert to a previous save, allowing you to continue your progress. And they're still working on a lot of the Xbox 360 bug-related problems that are corrupting the files and freezing the game. So that's still in the works and not to be fixed this patch. And there's another item they're fixing with this patch on PC that's preventing players from opening a vent in the Burnley Tower. So you actually can't progress through the story that way because you simply cannot open a vent.
You can certainly tell that this was not made by the original Batman people.
Yeah, I agree. It still looks good though. Like tuning in Man vs. Game, the combat, the gadgets. He's got like some kind of electrical shock gloves, and I think it looks cool. But it's definitely not Rocksteady's team.
Yeah.
So, one more really big piece of news that I want to talk about is the Assassin's Creed 4 online pass system. Now, those of you that don't know, Ubisoft had a pass set up for AC4 Black Flag that allowed you to access more content online and single player, more importantly. And if you didn't purchase these passes, you wouldn't be allowed to progress through this. Well, you would be allowed to progress through the story. You wouldn't have access to any of the exclusive content that was tied in with the pass. So, and you also wouldn't get some of the multiplayer stuff. So, here's what Ubisoft has said. They've been listening to their community and their concerns over some of the issues with the passes. The ability to access this feature has been unlocked completely at no cost to the player. And Ubisoft has also said that you'll be able to experience AC4 Black Flag to the fullest extent with all that content free to you. And we're sorry about that. And in the future, our Uplay Passport system will not be implemented in any of the Ubisoft games in the future at all. So they completely listened to the community and wiped it straight from the slate. So I think that's really cool that they're actually listening to the community with that and reverted that back, because a lot of people didn't want to get it. You included, right, Kev?
Yeah, that was a major turnoff, and I was actually really, really hoping that they would decide to unscrew themselves and do that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's gonna have me buy the game. I'm still debating whether PC or Xbox. I think I'll probably wait for the PC version, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be a buy.
Yeah. Other than that, that's kind of the big things I took away from the news. Dirty might get into some GTA a little bit. One more thing. Oh, the South Park Stick of Truth game, which some of you guys were kind of pumped for. I know BT was pumped for. Was coming out this December. It looked really funny. It was actually, written by the same creators of South Park. but it's being delayed again till March 2014. So it won't be out this holiday season. It'll be coming out next year. So it looked like a really, really funny game, but we have to wait a little bit longer to get that game. So we might have dropped Halo here. I'm not sure. No, you're still here. Okay.
I see I see him slightly moving.
Yeah. Okay. It just he looked very still. All right. Do you guys have any opinions on any of that stuff? Batman being kind of broken, the music with the systems, or maybe Ubisoft?
Well, first off, with the music with the systems, that's kind of shocking. I mean, that's pretty much almost like a base. I mean, there's not really much that they have to put into it. I mean, you think about a PS3 and Xbox, both have it pretty much built in just because of the software and hardware. I mean, it's kind of shocking to me that that stuff's just not standard anymore, you know? I just don't understand that functionality. So, like, if people get WWE 2K14 on PlayStation 4, will they not be able to make their own custom entrances, or is that not even coming out for PS4 then? Or, you know, I'm just throwing something out there. You know, maybe Dirty would know or something.
From the rumors that I've heard recently was that that was something that they've already discussed about patching right from the get-go, at least to be able to get your MP3 music on there. Now, something to keep in mind, PlayStation, at least in the PS3 version, they didn't really have too much. You could play a CD in there. You can, put your MP3s on there and play them. But as far as custom tracks go, there were very limited games that allowed you to do that. So for the most part, you were kind of stuck with the game soundtrack anyway. So the fact that they're not just adding it or they made that decision up front, I can't say that I'm really shocked by it, again, because it wasn't a heavy focus in the PS3 world. But like I said, I've seen a few rumors that at least the MP3 part may potentially be patched right around release in the beginning.
Yeah, the source that I had about the content not being there with the PS4 said that they were working on it. PlayStation was working on it, but yeah, so... Yeah, you're right, Kev. It seems like something that would be standard on all systems. People can actually put in a CD or plug in their MP3 and actually enjoy the music that's played through the console. So it's kind of weird that that's not there. So hopefully they revert that and get that fixed.
Batman, in my opinion, that just kind of... I mean, when you're talking about issues where you're infinitely falling through a world, a certain item that won't unlock for you to actually be able to play the game, to its fullest potential, and also parts of, say, a mission that are bugged to where you can't progress, shows a little bit of amateurishness, if that's a word, insofar as game design is concerned. I mean, you'd think that these things are being tested before they're released, and this seems like a glaring thing that probably wasn't tested. But, this is this company's first outing with this sort of game, I think, especially in the Batman franchise. From what I understand, they're not going to be doing the next one that's coming out. It's being worked on. It has been being worked on for quite a while, actually. And it is back to Rocksteady, I think, that's doing the newest, the one that they're working on now. Yeah. So, I mean, insofar as looks and everything, and it plays a lot like the other games, but, it just kind of seems like very glaring problems there that just aren't done by a really big, a really experienced game team. Now, we all can sit there and complain. We all sit there and say that kind of stuff about EA and all that kind of stuff, but, and that may or may not be true, but I think I was looking at getting it. I saw all these problems, and I said, you know what? I'm going to wait until their whole patching regime is done. Because it seems like there's a lot that needs to be patched. And then I'll take a look at it then.
Yeah, Buddha says that the event bug was the only one he encountered on his playthrough, and it didn't stop his progress, just getting him 100% in the game, which a lot of people do in those Batman games.
Oh, yeah, because, I mean, there's just so much as you're rolling around doing your stuff. There's just so much stuff there to do insofar as, like, puzzles and whatnot that there's a lot of people that do go for a 100% playthrough.
Yeah, yeah. And Fallen was saying that now it just says it's free when you go to download that patch, so you don't have to. You don't have to
for
worry.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry for AC4. It just says you can just download it. So they should just throw that in a patch and make it automatic. But maybe you do have to go to their pass page on UPlay and just download it real quick. I'm not sure.
And I'll tell you, I think that's fantastic that Ubi did that because what is it? It's been out maybe a week,
Yeah.
and they've how many times have we seen it where companies like EA and stuff like that are like, oh yeah, well that stinks, we really understand it. We'll think about not doing it for our next game.
Right.
Well, they're saying, well, okay, we'll go ahead and stop it for this game and any game in the future that we make. So thanks a lot, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. That's a lot of money out of their pocket because people who are going to want to do that are like, well, shit, okay, fine, I'll just pay for it and be done. It's a lot of money out of their pocket. It shows a lot to me.
Cool. All right, well, let's get into some other content. Halo, what are you here to talk about today, sir?
Nether.
Nether. All right, what is that?
Oh, the one-word ban. Man,
It's. I know you're not gonna like this comparison, but basically, it's like what War Z should have been, could have been, and maybe had they actually been good devs would have been. But it's not just like DayZ where you run around shoot everybody, you don't have to worry about the zombies or anything like that. There's actually a need to be careful and stealth past the Nether because they can actually kill you.
Mm-hmm.
There's a legitimate chance. It's not all just murder everyone. There's... I know you were talking about before we started, you hadn't seen any stuff spawning. That's one of the things right now, just for the first couple minutes you're in the server. Eventually everything gets loaded in, but yeah, there's not like an uneven balance of guns spawning, everything like that. And I expect even more improvements.
So, I mean, I don't even know much about it. Is it first person? Is there just zombies? Is it, what is the Nether, like, what is the Nether? Like, what is it about? Is there, like, you in hell fighting these zombies, or?
I'm pretty sure the backstory was, like, some miraculous event occurred and caused, like, most of the population to turn into Nether, and there's, like, 1% are survivors or whatever, and you have to try and live, and, like, yeah.
So it's kind of like a zombie survival, except instead
Sounds
of
like
zombies, it's demons or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Alien demon things, yeah.
Is there looting and stuff?
Yeah. And it's actually kind of enjoyable in this because it's challenging.
And there's PvE and PvP, I would assume.
Yeah, and there's like random events. I'm pretty sure they planned on adding in like boss events eventually. Right now, there's just the safe zones get overrun. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
what kind of servers can it, like, how many people can it hold on these servers for the PvP?
64 right now.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
That's not bad, 64.
That's
And
not bad at all.
There's only like a quarter of the map right now, so it's going to get it even more, I believe. So.
So, as it being a quarter of the map, how big would you say it is? Is it like Cherno size?
Probably Chernobyls, yeah. If not bigger.
Really?
And it's all one massive
Wow.
city.
Oh, really? It's all
So
urban.
there's
huh?
high rises and everything, yeah.
Oh,
All over
wow.
the place.
Is it just based in a city, or is there outlying areas like where you can hide?
From what I've seen so far of the map that there is, it's just city.
Okay.
Cool.
There's
Cool.
like a couple of empty lots or so, but yeah.
So, and it had two different price tags on the Steam versions. Like, what did is it worth like what is it, like $30, and then it's more for like the special version, right? The special edition version.
I picked up the $30 copy because I wasn't sure and I didn't want another War Z. I think this is going to be better.
Okay, and then one more question about the environments, like the buildings in the urban environment. Can you actually go into all the buildings, or just some, or?
From what I've seen, you can go either in or on every building, pretty much.
Wow,
Oh, wow.
it's kind of cool. All right, I'll
Yeah.
have to check it out some more.
Yeah, me too. So there's two versions, and the only one really worth buying right now would be the $30 one, or you just didn't know, you didn't want to risk it for the biscuit.
The only difference that I've seen is in-game cash, and that's another thing. They have a market still like in War Z, but it's all purely cosmetics. Like it's just a couple hats with their
Okay.
paid for money. Everything
it's-
else is
So it's not like scopes and all that
No.
kind of shit. That
Katanas and bats and shit.
all
Yeah.
hats, and everything else in the market is bought with in-game cash that you can get from selling items or just killing nether and stuff like that. You find it laying around.
Cool.
Sounds neat. All right. Thank you, Halo Crusher. If anyone has any questions, direct them at Halo Crusher on Twitter. He'll be happy to answer any of those. So, Kev, you said you had something to talk about today. What do you got, bud?
Yeah, amazingly, it's just not about me complaining about shit. So, okay, you guys who who do your PSP and stuff like that, you know, there was a game that was released for it. I know we're kind of been on I've been on kind of like the Assassin's Creed kick lately, and well, forgive me. But they had a game. It was called Assassin's Creed Liberation. Well, they are re-releasing it, except it's going to be on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. It's basically, from what I can tell, it's basically set like in the same time zone area type of deal as Assassin's Creed 3. It's just not as bad, and and you can play as different characters and stuff like that. It's going to be completely HD. And it's going to be out on the 15th of January. So it really looks cool. If you've gotten AC3, hated it, and gotten AC4 and are kind of digging it, then this is probably one that I would seriously take a look at picking up. Apparently in the handheld PlayStation area, it was really, really, really popular. So there you go. See? Very quick.
Cool, man. Sounds neat.
Yeah, let me check my watch. That was the shortest time that you've ever spoken at once.
Don't forget to tip your waitress.
I'll be here all week. Good night.
Good night.
All right, Kenny, what do you got, sir?
I'm gonna go back to an age-old debate,
Okay.
and this is gonna be interesting. AMD versus Nvidia, hardware graphics.
Okay.
As far as video cards, what is the general thinking that's out there right now with some of the new release stuff? You guys probably know I'm typically an AMD guy.
Okay.
Trollolo.
And Trollolo. But I'm actually thinking about making the switch over to Nvidia.
Ooh, why is that?
What's making you push over? Yeah.
I'm looking at pricing versus performance, and I think that there's more available for Nvidia for the pricing.
More than what? Like, what do you mean more?
Better performance. The specs seem a lot better, and it seems that the cards perform better in game.
Okay.
Versus the AMD equivalent.
Perform better
And-
as in like temperature wise or just overall frame rate or
Yeah, actually both, Kev. Then it seems that AMD continues to come out with a new product line, but it's just a reboxed version of the previous product line. I've been looking at the R290 series of the AMD cards that are coming out, but a lot of the reviews that I'm looking at, it's just the 7000 series reboxed and made prettier, basically. And the specs aren't getting any better.
huh.
So
Well-
they're not really forward thinking then with their new designs. They're just trying to make a buck, you're saying?
I kind of feel that way. And I don't think that that's the right way to be doing business for them right now. They've been doing this battle with Nvidia for so long, and they're just putting out the same product with a new box. It just doesn't seem like a really good business model to me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I look at it this way. I think what kind of hurt AMD insofar as their product lines are concerned, you have Nvidia doing so much research to get their Titan out. There had to have been a lot of product designs and stuff like that leading up to that, and just the development process. So they probably have a pipeline of a lot of newer, faster cards leading up to the Titan
Mm-hmm.
that that will probably outperform AMD for a while. I haven't used an AMD card since probably 2003 or 2004, just because I never had any luck with them. Their software was always garbage, and I've stuck with Nvidia ever since. But I know there was a lot of people who really started to go over to the AMD cards, and I've always just stuck with Nvidia. They've always seemed the most stable for me.
And I actually did find something in my research that I found very interesting. I know Raffles heard of it. It's called the Nvidia Shield.
Mm-hmm.
It's a handheld device. It looks like a PlayStation controller with a 5-inch 720p screen attached to it.
Mm-hmm.
That it'll do Android games. You can watch streams. You can play PC games, music.
Oh,
And
wow.
that's pretty much all the specs that I could find on it, other than from the website. And Android Central called it an amazing device for gamers on the go. And
So basically, it's
found-
another handheld.
It is. I'll link to it, but Newegg coupled it with their 760 card. I'm sorry, the GTX 760 card. The 4 gigabyte version, and I didn't think that this was a bad deal that they put together. For $560, you get a 4 gigabyte GPU, and along with this handheld device.
Huh. Yeah,
So that-
$560.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty-
mean, that kind of might push me to move over.
Yeah.
Well, from what I've always seen is that AMD as a whole, especially for gaming, is concerned now. Graphics card aside, and I'm speaking processors. Intel has always been better on the threading and processing side for gaming, and I'm not sure why AMD never really went that route. You know what I mean? But I think the same thing could be happening with their cards. My only issue anymore is that the cards are getting much bigger. I'm going to have to switch everything out to a whole new case, because my 500 series Nvidia is I'm right up against my case. You know what I mean? So, and if that's the case, I'm going to have to, ding, I'm going to have to just completely pull everything out and put in a whole new case. And at that point, I might as well just get a whole brand new motherboard and stuff like that, because I'm still on a first gen i7. So, I think that's cool though. I like to see the competition beating another out because of innovation and stuff like that. But these kind of things, in my opinion, just kind of act like a seesaw. One company gets the other hand, and the other one, and the other one. They just kind of go back and forth.
True.
Yeah, and to be fair, I have seen your case, Kev, and yeah, that thing is fucking tiny.
Well, it's thin. It's skinny, like me.
Well, Buddha said that he never had any problems with an AMD card. I always figured his AMD to be kind of like an off-brand to me. I don't know why. I just always felt like that. I had a laptop that had an AMD graphics card in it, and yeah, I know it was a laptop, but man, that thing was shit. It was just terrible. So I've never had any problems with Nvidia, which is why I've never tried AMD. But to me, it always seemed like just like some kind of an off-brand. It always the same exact specs between an Nvidia card and an AMD card. They were definitely, there's definitely a price difference usually from what I could tell. And then, there was always a lot better support for the Nvidia stuff. There was always drivers coming out. It seemed like Nvidia always got their hands on the games prior to the game's releases, and they were on top of the driver updates.
Yeah, not to get into the whole CPU battle, but it's always been kind of a bargain brand for people on a budget that want to build a computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they did make a name for themselves with some of their processors.
Yeah. Well.
I don't see it going anywhere in the future for them right now.
Yeah.
Well, they're gonna have to. AMD's gonna have to come out with something, because the Titan is absolutely freaking redonkulous right now, and it's absolutely huge. And anybody who has one, it's like, God bless you. But the price for that's going to come down. I mean, how many times have we seen it? Brand new graphics card comes out and it's $600-700 or something like that, and then a year and a half later, it's down to like $400 or $300. You know what I mean? So the prices rapidly decline over time. So I'm pretty sure AMD will have to have something.
They do. I mean, right now the Titan is priced at $1,200.
Whew.
AMD's equivalent is the 790 or the 7990, which is a little bit cheaper. I think it was $1,110.
Mm-hmm.
And the specs aren't too far out of sorts as far as competition. But in the end, Titan takes the cake.
It's because it's got a name like Titan. I mean,
Well,
would you rather say I
there you
got
go.
a Titan or a 7990?
I would be curious though to see a benchmark on both cards. You know what I mean, and see how one performs better than the other, or if they're equal. That would be interesting to see. Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been good to think about doing that research. So I had a link for that.
It's fine, Kenny. It's all good.
Notes fail, bro.
All right, Kenny. Well, thank you very much, sir. DB, I know before we got started, you were talking a little bit about GTA Online. Can you touch on that real quick?
Yeah, just a quick update on a couple of things. The stimulus package, which we were promised last month, which none of us got yet. The latest update is they are looking to get that patch 1.05 out sometime this week. That patch is to address the rollback that people have been seeing, losing their money, losing some levels. They want to get that patch out first, make sure nobody's getting rolled back at any point. Then the stimulus package is supposed to hit. If everything goes well and that patch comes out middle of this week, I did see mention that the stimulus pack itself will be out by the end of the week then. I don't know if they're still going to split it up like they planned on last month, or if they're just going to give everybody the lump sum. But I guess we'll find out after the patch goes. The next piece was the Beach Bum Pack. That's going to be coming out early this month. Again, it's supposed to be new missions, tats, hairstyles, vehicles, survivals, last team standing, parachute death matches, races, the whole nine, with more of a beach theme to it. Content creator, that's still in the works. They keep saying fall, but there's been no more specific time frame given than just it's supposed to come out this fall. And the last interesting piece was it looks like we're going to be getting our first social club event coming up this week. Not this weekend, but next weekend. And there's going to be some special crate drops with special loot that are in it. Discount for gear and clothes. There's going to be a new GTA Online live stream, but you need to watch us here at Raffle Gaming. And then, some prize pack giveaways and some other little things that if you're part of the Bean Ditos and in our social club, we'll definitely get more involved in that when we see it roll out and see how much fun that's going to be as well. So it looks like Rockstar they're trying, and so we'll see
Cool.
how well it goes. So.
Yeah, it sounds great. I mean, as long as they can keep that going and maybe get that content creator out. I mean,
yeah, I think that's going to be big. The heist, I know just about everybody's waiting for the heist section to come out, because I think everyone's very curious to see how that's going to work in a group dynamic. All of us in a server playing out a heist, different groups doing different jobs to complete the whole thing. So it'll be interesting when all is said and done. So, but we'll keep you updated on that.
Definitely.
For the user created content, is that going to have to go to Rockstar to be approved and then put in, or is it just going to be like how you guys do it on Free Fuckery Friday? And
pretty much
just activate it in your own.
From my understanding of it right now, it's going to be basically just all user, so we can pretty much set up whatever we want. But what Rockstar is going to do is, for those that get rated very high and other people enjoy playing, you're actually going to get promoted by Rockstar Social Club, and they're going to put your heist that you created out there so other teams and other groups can play it based on the approval that it gets. So it's sounding more like, it might be stages that you have to set up, even races for that matter. Rafa wants to create a race for everybody. Everybody likes it. It's 99% thumbs up across the board. That's something that Rockstar is going to take a look at, and if it gets high enough rated and enough people actually play it, they're going to promote it for other people to go out and play it. So I thought that would be really interesting to see. Give you a little bit of motivation to create something really neat and fun, and have other people play it besides just your crew.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think that'll be really cool that Rockstar's getting behind the community creations. One other concern I have is that if the heists do become available, they're just copies of the heists from the single player and not anything original.
Yeah, and that could be.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, I don't know. We'll have to, like you guys are saying, we'll have to take a look and see when that comes out, and hopefully it's enough to keep us going in there. A lot of people I know are feeling like the content's pretty much exhausted for them. But playing it with you guys and the Bean crew is what is keeping me going. I'll tell you that. So.
Well, Free Fuckery Friday is amazing, and I love to watch it. So much fun.
It's good shit. All right, we're gonna get into some new releases really quick. And then we'll do some shout-outs. All right, so it came out Tuesday. We're going to go through the whole Tuesday list since we didn't do this last week, and then we're going to go through what's coming out this week coming up. So, all right, we have for the iPad and Android, Haunted Escape. Sounds lovely. Don't know what half these are. Yeah. Blood of the Werewolf on PC. Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Yeah.
Ooh, what's up?
Hey, sir.
Battlefield 4. Sonic Lost World, which Dan's Gaming was playing, I think, yesterday. So
they still make Sonic games?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
They're all the same.
Rings, more rings.
More rings, bro. Them O-rings.
Angry Birds for the consoles. Angry Birds Star Wars, should I say. Pac-Man and the Ghostly Adventures across all platforms. WWE 2K14. Crazy Market on the Vita network. Never heard of it. Oh my god, HD Zombies on the Vita network.
Okay.
Dynasty Warrior 6. I played quite a few Dynasty Warriors in my time. 1 through 4 at least. They were fucking amazing.
Yep.
The Typing of the Dead, which apparently is a typing game, but you kill zombies as you type out things, words, sentences, paragraphs. Very interesting concept. Castlevania, Lord of Shadows, Mirror of Fate HD. That HD, bro.
Makes it so sex.
I know, right? Deadly Premonition, Sniper Elite Nazi Zombie Army 2. That title, so long. Can't believe they made a second one. Blood Knights, Wii Fit U Trial. I don't know what that is. I can't believe Wii Fit still being supported. And Pinball Arcade is out on PC and PS4. And then coming up this week, we have The Journey of a Roach, which looks like an indie title. It's going to be out on PC. State of Decay is finally being released. The Guided Fate Paradox on PS3 looks like an anime RPG. Call of Duty Ghost, that arm hair on
That
Tuesday.
arm hair, bro. And dogs.
Fish.
And dogs.
Fish.
Call it dogs. Call it duty.
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 A game called Castle Storm is coming out. Final Exam on the PlayStation 3 network. And then Mario and Sonic Winter Olympic Games. So I know a lot of kids enjoy those Mario and Sonic games. It's like Wii Sports, but Mario and Sonic, and then it's all themed with the Winter Olympics. It's pretty interesting.
Oh.
And then Poof versus the Cursed Kitty, only on PC. It looks like another indie title. And that is it for this week coming out. So let's do some shout outs. Halo, why don't you get us started? And chat, if you guys have any questions while we're doing shout outs, just throw them in there and we'll try to address them as soon as we're done. Go ahead, Halo.
What am I supposed to do?
Give yourself a shout out. Official Rocco Gaming on YouTube. Halo Crusher on Twitter. Your PO Box. Your
Social
baseball
security
card
number.
Yeah.
Alright.
Address.
So I
Pin
can
numbers.
put my link in chat. That's fine. Yeah.
You can link it. You can
Is
say
that what
whatever
we're
you
saying?
want right now. Yep.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this thing.
Oh god. Okay.
Oh my god.
I do YouTube things with friends. That's what.
Oh,
That's not.
not.
That case, bro. It's all good.
Amazing.
That one.
Is it just like it's a bunch of your friends, right? That you guys hang out and do your YouTube channel with?
Pretty much, yeah. Oh,
Cool.
Okay.
And I've been there before. It's definitely not a bad spot to hang out. It's a very friendly place.
I agree.
Concurred.
All
We
right,
make
and then
decent content.
what's your Twitter, Halo? There you go.
It's under your name, bro.
It is.
This is
for
a
that.
professional production, guys.
For that.
Right.
It's all good, man.
Yeah.
We're breaking his cherry here.
Pop.
There we go.
Thank you, Halo Crusher. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Kev.
Yeah.
All right, at Kevin McAvin. If you can't spell it, it's underneath the name, and if you can't read, then I don't know what to tell you. We're continuing our Red Dead Redemption this weekend on stream, and then we're probably going to move on. I got a hankering for some Tomb Raider, so I think we're going to pop that in and play that again.
Nice.
Other than that, I'm on Raffles channel pretty much all day. So if you want to know when I'm going live or anything, any questions, complaints, or whatever, hit me up on Twitter. That's about it.
Cool. Kenny?
Complaint: you're too fucking skinny. Now you guys can see everything on the screen. If you don't follow me already, I'm trying to stream more. I actually streamed Thursday night with Aslan playing some games. Other than that, I just gotta thank Raffle for putting on this show and this production and inviting us all yet again.
No problem, man. My pleasure.
07.
Thank you, sir.
Dirty Bird?
It's at dirty_bird18. That's my Twitter. You usually find me lurking in Raffles chat. Well, maybe not lurking so much, but feel free to send any comments or shoot me a message, and I'll get back to you.
Cool. Thank you, sir. All right, guys. I will try and get this episode up on YouTube today. That's been Hype Episode 9. Thank you all for tuning in. Hasta lasagna.
Don't get any on you.